So again, welcome to day number 1, the insider strategy for hiring your kids and converting them into cash flow. And today I'm going to be revealing my simple strategy for how to use the rules and the requirements as the tools to getting your reward. So before I do that, let me tell you a really quick story. Now, I can remember when I first discovered this process after reading the confusing tax code that pretty much told me that I could do it, but if I did it wrong, then I would have to pay fines. My thoughts were, I don't want to end up like Wesley Snipes, so I better follow the rules, because if not, people go to jail for tax evasion. So I bought a tax strategy book for small businesses by Dr. Ron Mueller that was written in plain English. And then I joined the Midas Tax University, which is a learning platform taught by former IRS auditor and tax attorney Sandy Botkins. See, the book explained the rules and the requirements, and then Sandy confirmed how to use them. So your mission for today, if you choose to accept it, is to understand how to use the rules and the requirements as the tools to get your rewards. Now, the overview today is the 5 rules, the requirements simplified, in all of your rewards. So you ready to get started? Let's go. So let's start with rule number 1. Make sure your children qualify. Understand this, guys. The minimum age for hiring your own child is 7 years old, according to the tax court case on the books of Ellen versus Commissioner. See, the benefit here is that if you can hire your kids to do work that's beneficial for your business without worrying about child labor laws. Rule number 2. You must pay them reasonably. What that means is this: the wages that you pay your child must be reasonable. It can't be $100 per hour to do work like wash the dishes. It must be reasonable within the region of the country and within the type of business you're in, and appropriate for the age of the child. Now, the best way to establish this is an outside source, a third party that can give you a written estimate for the work to be performed, and you can put a copy of this inside of your tax file and pay the kid equivalent or a little less than amount. And you can use third-party sites like Fiverr, Freelancer to establish this. Rule number 3, the records you keep qualify you for the rewards. Understand, you must keep meticulous timesheets. See, for record-keeping purposes, you should deposit all of their paychecks and the wages that you pay them into their designated bank account. This creates a paper trail and proof that you paid the wages. Here's my pro tip. Write out a check, do a mobile deposit into their savings account or a debit card account, right? It's quick, it's fast, and it's easy. And now you can transfer the money out of that account to use when necessary. Rule number 4. If you go over the tax-free limit, then you must pay taxes. Your child has to. So if you paid your child over $12,400 a year, then they must pay taxes at about a 10% rate. Rule number 5. Your child must file. They must file their own tax return. Even though they don't pay any taxes on the money, if it's less than $12,400, they still must file a W-2. Now, let's shift into the requirements simplified. Number 1, make sure you have a sole proprietorship business. That's the preferred method. Number 2, you must have a prepared employment agreement along with a job title and a job description. Number 3, determine the wage level if you Google similar positions and pay wages accordingly. Number 4, complete timesheets regularly. So you should create a binder to hold those timesheets or do them digitally. Number 5, collect employment data on a W-4 and an I-9 form. That's an identification verification. Number 6, set up a bank account for yourself and each child to receive income into a savings account or some type of debit card account. Number 7, set up a DBA first and then get your EIN for reporting wages on a W-2 and W-3 and issue a W-2 form for each employee, aka your child, at the end of the year. Number 8, report all wages you paid on the 941 quarterly, file the paperwork into a folder, and set a calendar reminder for submitting that W-2 on January of 2022, or whatever year you're doing this for. And last but not least, let's go over the rewards. Now, first of all, you create more opportunities for your child. See, it's not all about reducing your taxes and giving your child more money to use now. It's about teaching your child business and money strategies that they can use to create financial success in life. Guys, number 2, you get the experience. Putting your child to work in your company gives him or her the help and the experience that they need in the business world. See, this can be helpful for your child to understand the importance of a strong work ethic, positive attitude, a student mentality, and respect for authority, as well as starting their own home-based business. And number 3, the tax-free dollars and the tax deductions, what I call it the double D, right? Now, this is the best part because there is no federal income tax on the earnings up to $12,400 per child per year, and your business gets to deduct the wages. And there may be some payroll savings as well. Now, I want to give you some examples of this part of the framework in action. So these are the jobs that I've hired my kids to do. A social media content creator. One of my kids is an office administrator. Another child is the home office cleaning technician. See, I want you to understand it's quite common to see children actively involved in a family business, even young children. See, they can perform valuable services that are customary for most of any type of business. See, many parent entrepreneurs miss out on major tax savings and tax-free income that's available simply because they don't know the rules and the requirements and the rewards that you guys are discovering in this challenge. So today's action step is to determine the estimated amount of tax-free income your household qualifies for with the cash flow calculator. Then you're going to choose the type of job that you will hire your child to do. It can be multiple jobs. Then you're going to determine the wage amount that you're going to pay your child based on the estimate from the cash flow calculator. And there's some other action steps available as well. And the great thing is you can complete all this information and fill it out on the one-pager that I made available for you right under this video.